Thank you so much for joining me today. This is going to be a reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising positions for the week of November 8th to the 14th. So let's get started and see what major themes and messages we have for Sagittarius as they move through their week. 3 cards, please. Openness, blessings, and focus. Openness, blessings, and focus. Interesting. I love making sentences with these cards. So like focus on the blessings to remain open. Focusing on blessings to remain open. Keep yourself feeling emotionally open. This card of openness shows us a beautiful full moon. Very emotional time, I feel, is coming up here for Sagittarius. An emotional week, potentially, where they're going to really need to focus on blessings. Focusing on the blessings so that they can sort of make it through that emotional week. This focus is in a winter scene. And winter to me is always the time where we sort of like hold our emotions in a way that allows us to reflect on things. And so I feel like as you're reflecting on things throughout this emotional week, it's important to reflect on the blessings, okay? Reflecting on these emotional blessings. As you can see, the waterfall. Waterfalls always make me think of sudden shifts, and these beautiful flowers and this bird in a very summery sort of spring, summer weather system here makes me think of new beginnings. So the idea here of focusing on your blessings and being open as you are experiencing a lot of emotion and maybe some hidden sitting in emotions where you're not sure how this is all going to go. You have a lot of intuitive feelings and emotions, but you're not sure. So Spirit's guiding you here, as you're not sure, to focus on the blessings. And as I cut the deck to shuffle, we see the moon card in one hand and the Hierophant in the other. So really being in touch with Spirit as you do this as well. Okay, now let's see what more information we can get for our Sagittarius friends as they move through this week, feeling all the emotions. But wow, you're really being guided to focus on the blessings rather than the hardships, rather than the obstacles, to see the blessings instead, right? Like to see the blessings and focus on them. Keeping your eye on the blessings all the while things seem uncertain and maybe a little emotionally turbulent. We've got the King of Swords on the bottom of the deck. So using sort of your intellect and your strategic sort of mental abilities here, okay, to sort of take time as you need to, but to shift mentally. This again is bringing us to focus, right? The King of Swords knows how to do that. The King of Sword energy is very much about focusing and shifting and being strategic, and sometimes needing to be doing that in solitude because it can take some effort, some mental effort. Now, let's get started laying out your cards here. Let's see. Oh boy, oh my goodness. You have so many cards from the Suit of Wands. My goodness. Okay. King of Swords on the bottom. So as you're being very intellectual and strategic and making mental shifts in your focus, you are also really, really envisioning your future and how to connect your vision to the future has become, or how to connect your vision into the present even, but into a reality that you can see and live in. There's something in your mind that you want to see expressed in front of you. And your focus on that is almost creating an obstacle for you to develop the idea. You're almost focused on the how instead of just doing it, right? Like just developing it, just develop the new ideas, go for it, and allow how it will be connected into the physical to come from Spirit, to come from divine timing. So it's almost like you're putting the how in front of the why and the what. The how is sometimes none of our business. How it's going to happen, if we focus on that, that might stop you right? You don't need stopping energy right now. This Knight of Rods is coming in to help you develop ideas. And it's almost like, the development of ideas is being challenged by you constantly going, well, how is that going to happen? Well, how is that going to happen? And the how will just happen. It will align if it's, in the divine path for you. It will just work out somehow. This world's full of all kinds of possibilities, and there are no limits. And so I feel like right now your focus, as we saw, is to focus on the blessings and being open to developing something new and not worrying about how it's all going to work out. That is creating an obstacle for you. Every time you ask how and you get a little, your focus moves away from the blessings and into challenges, then you're not open anymore. You sort of close that connection, right? Now, what's top of mind for you is this idea that you don't want to deceive yourself. I think you're in your mind, as you're trying to focus on being sort of strategic and intellectual about how you're going to move forward, you're almost creating this energy in your mind of, am I denying like the truth to myself? Am I kidding myself? That's sort of what I think of when I see the Seven of Swords in reverse, is like, am I kidding myself that I think I can do this? And that kind of perspective is really coming from a lack mindset, where you're not seeing the opportunity or blessings, as we see in the cards here. You're seeing the challenges and the obstacles, and you're like, again, focusing on the how so much that you're like, this isn't going to work. I can't do this. I can almost hear you saying that, Sag. You're focusing on I can't, instead of the personal power center of I can. And why can't you? Don't worry about the how. I feel like Sag is obsessed with the how. How is this all going to work out? How is this going to work out? Focus on the blessings. Focus on the idea, right? Focus on the idea, that emerging energy coming from the Knight of Wands to give you that time to develop the idea. Focus on that. And the whole thing driving your reading is this Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands is coming to sort of stir things up inside of you, to create this inspiration, to give you the grounding of the inspiration. But it doesn't feel like grounding. It feels like a restless energy. And I feel like you might be interpreting this maybe as a bit of anxiety. And so you're trying to how it into creation, right? You're trying to figure out the how instead of developing what this is. That's your focus, right? That's why you're getting the focus card. Focus on the blessing you've received through this new idea, and be open to just letting things fall into place the way that they will. This is the how. Be open to letting the universe figure out the how. Your job is to develop this idea more and to focus yourself on the what and the why, and let the how get figured out by the reflective nature of our universe. Will figure out the how. And you almost have to surrender the need to know how, right? You have to sort of surrender that. And I know that can be tricky. It's interesting because you're a fire sign. You're very passionate as it is, Sagittarius. You feel your intuitive sort of desires on a higher level because of your fire sign sun. And so, sitting in your energy right now, I can feel that you're not really allowing the how to just happen. You're trying to see the how. You want to understand the how. You want to know the how. But really your job right now is to release the need to know how and to just focus on the inspiration. That is your task at hand here. You're in the past, we see the Queen of Rods, and in the future, we see the Queen of Swords. This is a beautiful spread, okay? I love this spread for you. So as we look at the energies coming from the recent past, we see this desire to create sort of a sustained energy around what you want to create. You want to create a sustainable vision, okay? Something that will sustain itself in a way, something that perpetuates itself. You know what I mean? Like you want to keep something going. You want to keep the passion moving. But I feel like we're getting this energy because maybe in the present, In the present, your focus is away from this now. You know, in the present, we see that you've jumped into, how do I connect it? How do I make it happen? How? And in the future energies, we see the Queen of Swords, which is always a card of certainty to me. It's almost like you're going to know in the future exactly how to do it when it's time. When it's time. Your job right now isn't the how. The how is coming in the future. The certainty is coming in the future. The mental clarity and certainty is coming in the future. Your job right now is to focus on the inspiration itself and how to keep it moving, right? Like how to keep yourself thinking about the idea. And that's between you and you. That's a how you have control over, is this idea of sort of focus. Right? I love that you got this focus card, and that we're stepping into winter here, into the northern hemisphere, and and Sagittarius, the sun moves into Sagittarius on November 23rd. And so, which is winter here in the northern hemisphere. So I feel like you're going to be using this season of winter to understand your desires and your passion and the direction more, the will. You know, you're going to understand how to embrace life fully again and how to create a sustainable vision for yourself. But it's the vision that you need to focus on first. You have to focus on the vision, and then the how will come in to explain itself with certainty in the future. I feel like that Queen of Swords is here to say, don't worry, the mental certainty is coming. You just focus on the passion right now. Focus on the inspiration. Right? Focusing on the inspiration and letting sort of divine timing take care of the how. Now, your inner dialogue right now is all about understanding. Again, you're trying to piece together this energy of the Tower. Your inner dialogue is that things are going to shift. Things are changing, and that the outer expression of you, again, is envisioning a new future, a 3, right? 3 of Wands. So this Tower is coming in to clear a lot of stagnation here. This Tower is coming in your inner dialogue here to help you clear space, to make room for this new future that you're envisioning. I think Sagittarius is moving into this future, this coming, maybe in the next 3 months, you're going to experience a big shift in your life. So right now you're being asked to focus on the blessings as you allow things to clear away, right? By focusing on the blessings, we don't resist the Tower. We let it fall. We understand why it's falling. We understand why it's falling. It's falling to make a new path for this future that you're really going to be creating something. You're really going to be creating something here, and you will have the certainty that you desire. You will. I feel like right now you want a new beginning, but you're also, you're not in resistance of anything changing, but you fear the new beginning as well, because it's not known, right? It's unknown. There's an unknown future ahead of you, as it is for all of us. But I feel like you can feel this shift. Something in your life is significantly going to change. So, and you must be feeling it on some level, I think. And that's why you're being asked to just focus on the blessings and to not fear the unknown, to just focus on the blessings and being open to the unknown. Perhaps that's why you're receiving this open card, because the Ace of Pentacles is landing in what you desire and what you fear, and it's change. It's a new beginning. So be open to that new beginning. It's going to be emotional. This moon says so. It will be an emotional new beginning, but there's no reason to fear it. It's moving you towards something new. It's moving you towards the end of a chapter that felt very secure, and it's going to be a new day. It's going to be a new day for you, but it's going to require you to focus on the blessings and not get too caught up on how the hell is this going to work from now on, because this is a 10. This is a 10 of Pentacles, and it's closing. It's closing. It's in the challenge position, which says to me that this chapter is ending through challenge. So there will be a challenge coming your way to end a chapter. Okay, and you can sense it. It's already on your inner dialogue's mind, right? And you're being directed by Spirit here you're being invited You know, it's your choice. It's up to you what you want to focus on, but you're being invited to focus on the blessings rather than the obstacle. You're being invited to focus on the opportunity that could come from all of this shifting energy, and the opportunity is right here. You just need to sort of be open to it, but it's right there. From this tower falling, we will end a cycle. 10 of Pentacles, we will end that cycle with this tower and start a new beginning. And you're not in resistance to it. I don't see any cards here that say that you're in resistance to it. But there is a moment here where you're questioning things in your mind, saying, how the hell is this all going to work? How is this all going to work? And am I kidding myself that I think I can start a new beginning? You know, you're asking yourself, am I kidding myself here? No, you're not. You're not kidding yourself. You're not kidding yourself at all. You will start a new beginning, and you can feel it intuitively here. And I feel like it is going to come from a challenge, though. You're going to get it's not going to come as, you know, the opportunity to start over is going to come through a challenging pathway. Something that feels emotionally challenging. Something that also feels tied to your identity. Something that has been present in your life for quite some time as a stable aspect will change. And that's why it's going to be emotional, and why I think you're being guided to focus on the blessings. Because I feel like if you focus on the shift, if you focus on the tower falling, if you focus on this very stable thing sort of ending, if you will, then you're going to be going into a whole other direction of emotional sort of I think pain. I think pain is an apt word to use in this situation. And if you focus on the blessings, I think you'll see the purpose rather than the pain. Do you know what I mean? By focusing on the blessings, you'll see the purpose rather than the pain. Okay, so let's see here what messages will support Sagittarius. To close your reading here, we'll see what messages can help come in here to support Sagittarius as they move through this big shift in their life. Big shift. Something very stable will be shifting, but making room for something new. As all major shifts do, right? It's clearing the space so that you can do something that is very, very much tied to something, your passion. It's the thing that keeps you feeling like you're embracing life. It's the part of you that it burns the brightest, right? It makes you feel alive. I feel like you're going to get the opportunity to really, really explore that. And that that is the you know, one of the outcomes of this big shift in releasing the space. Now, the card you received is guidance. And I kept saying that you're being guided. You're being guided. The card says, listen, trust your inner knowing, connect with your intuition. You are protected. Very simple message of guidance here to allow that vulnerability. I love the image on this card. This is the Autumn Sky Oracle deck. You can find it on Etsy. You know, she knows. She's holding the owl in her hand. There you can see his talons in her palm. And she's listening. She's being guided. She's letting spirit guide her. Let spirit guide you. Focus on the blessings. Be open to this change. And listen to your intuition. Listen to your intuition. You are protected, Sag. There's nothing to fear here. And you're not kidding yourself. Okay? What you're sensing is real. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that for you, Sagittarius. If this has resonated and you would like a personal reading, you can find my email in the description below. And as always, thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and watching. And we'll see you again very soon for another reading. Sending you lots of love and light, my friends. Have a wonderful week.